We are the average of the people we hang out with. I am Matthieu Stefani, serial entrepreneur and co-founder of Cosa Vostra, a tech and creative consulting agency. With Génération Do-It-Yourself, I offer you talks with entrepreneurs, sportsmen or artists who will literally make our average explode.
Thinking about the media business is, first of all, advertising is a crime against humanity, right? Stealing people's attention and selling it to someone else is a crime, should be punished. And, I think NFTs will provide a way around that, which is, I'm trying to reach a community of people. So I go to a media outlet and I buy their attention from that media outlet. I pay an agency, I pay a media company, and all I really wanted to do is to get the attention of these people. What if I took that same money and I just invested in those people in some way?
Yeah.
Because those people are all a part of this community and I can do something for that community. I'm going to put on a concert. I'm going to take that money that I would have given to the agency and the media outlet. I'm just going to put on a concert for this community and go, hey guys, Ledger wants to, we want you to know we exist.
Okay,
we're going to give you some value in return. And we're going to not give the value to those other people.
So I run these podcasts. I have sponsors. So I'm a criminal somehow. So what do? I would go to my sponsor Conto, which is I won't take attention, and say, look, buy some NFTs from that season, and what?
Well, I think what you can do is build that community. Right. You look at the way that a community like Bankless is built, where they have subscribers. Even the way, it hasn't been done with NFTs, but even the way that Sam Harris has kind of built his business, right? I can listen to half of his podcast if I'm not a subscriber. I have to be a subscriber to listen to the full thing. Being a member gets me certain benefits. The kind of Substack, atmosphere is a way to do this, that's not ad supported. So I think there's both, and I think there's value to both, and the great thing is that the consumers have choice, right? I can choose, I want to listen to Tim Ferriss and I know that I just need to go to 10 minutes in before when the interview actually starts, or I could be a part of Sam Harris's world if I want to, if I can afford to, and et cetera. That's or maybe consumer choice at the end of the day.
Yeah. I can be okay with sponsorship if it's free, but it's like some TVs before, or Spotify at the end of the day, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have a choice of whether you want to kind of participate in that ecosystem or not.
But what does the NFT afford on top of Substack?
Well, what it does is it actually creates a marketplace out of it. The community becomes, community membership becomes, first of all, provable.
Yeah.
The way that, you're a member of Sam Harris's world is really clumsy and it gets me no benefits in the real world.
I get that. Yeah.
Whereas, my proof membership, gets me early access to the podcast, access to a community on Discord, access to other NFT drops, which are worth real money. So they bring other things in. And that's what I mean is you could then offer value to that community. So let's say you had a community, and instead of doing an ad, someone comes to you and says, "Oh, I'd like to spend $100,000 with you this year." You go, "Okay, cool. We're going to give that value to the community." Right. And here's how we're going to do that. Now, the value of the community, which you're also an owner in, has also gone up. You bring, kind of new and more valuable people into that community, and you're building ownership and building a company in that way. I don't think these have been fully explored yet. I think if you look at what Kevin Rose has done with Proof and Moonbirds, it's incredibly interesting. Like you could just go, it's just another profile pick project. No, he raised tens of millions of dollars last weekend, which he is pouring into building a company. What he really did was he gathered investment for his company from the users of the product as opposed to venture capitalists. You compare that to Facebook.
This is blowing at the moment. Not only on NFTs, but I have example on French companies. You have Snowball, you have Bricks, you have, those guys, they raised like 1 million, or Bricks, I think it was 20 million euros in 20 seconds. It's wow.
And there's definitely a gold rush aspect. Many people will get totally blown out. I feel like I'm doing NFTs to learn, because living in the future is cheating. So I feel like, okay, Even if I lose my shirt here, I'm going to be smarter and I'm going to use that, that intelligence in the future. I do feel on some level like, it's like saying, let's take $500,000 to Vegas. I'm sure we're going to learn a lot. So I'm sure I'm going to learn a lot the hard way as well. And I'm okay with that, to come back to the skateboarding analogy. But, if you look at what'll come out of this, for sure there will be some big winners. Let's just take a really small example. Are you familiar with Bandcamp? Bandcamp is a great company. They were a competitor to us at Topspin. They are a platform for artists to self-release their records.
Okay.
Great company, great founders. They built the company kind of from 2008 till today. They sold the company to Epic Games a month or so ago. And I'm so happy for them because I love the product and it's great for artists. Now, imagine if what we did was we just said today we're gonna remake Bandcamp, which is now owned by Epic Games, except all of the artists are going to be the owners.
Yeah.
Just it's the same functionality, but instead of, they raised money from venture capitalists who ultimately made money when they sold this thing to Epic Games. The artists have done well on the platform. I mean, I'm sure actually artists, some have done well and some have done pennies. I know artists that are in both categories on Bandcamp. But what if they were actually equity owners in that? And that ownership was liquid. And if I needed to buy a house and my value had gone from $10,000 to $110,000, I could trade that value with someone else and buy a house. That's the kind of difference that we're going to get in this new world. I care about that. I don't care about how much money Peter Thiel has. I do care about, Mike, MP Cause, who I'm going to interview on the Ledger podcast soon. The artist I was mentioning, if you search MPKOZ, you'll find him.
Okay.
He, did what is the greatest thing you can do as a generative artist, and he had a curated drop on Art Blocks. That's like, the main event. That's headlining Coachella. He made really good money on that. He took 25% of the earnings, which was significant, and he donated them to a hospital in America that was specialized in the kind of cancer that his mom has. That was his art. Selling art as NFTs was transformative, not only for him and his family, but probably for other families, because the money that he's given to the research on this cancer is significant. This is what you get when you taking money into a creative economy is different than taking money into Wall Street. It's different.